Welcome back to Get Into It with Tami Roman. Remember, if you want to see more Fox Soul content, you have got to subscribe to their YouTube channel and make sure you hit the notification bell, because how else you going to know when they got new updates, live shows, and new content. Additionally, don't forget to hit the thumbs up button and let us know what you like, and then drop down in the comments and tell us about it. Tonight, we're talking about how women and mothers pick up the pieces and find their voice after a breakup. A lot of women can't do that, but my next guest has been through it and has bounced back. Please welcome singer, mother, momtrepreneur, got her own series on YouTube. You know, my sister, because I'm an honorary Braxton.
Yes, you are.
Okay. Please welcome Towanda Braxton.
Hi. Hey, Tami. Hi, beautiful. Thank you for having me.
Oh, thank you for coming through. I'm excited because
yeah,
y'all
me too.
acting like I'm a stepchild.
Not me. I always say,
Sometimes
hey, Tami, hey, girl.
Pictures and stuff, and I'll be seeing like y'all at events, and I'm like, now they know I'm honorary.
You are, and your name starts with a T, so you fit right in.
That's what I'm saying.
I know.
That's what I'm saying, Towanda. You got to stand up for me.
I got you, girl. Now, I promise I got you.
You know you the sister that everybody come to.
Yeah.
And you got to lay it all out for everybody and make sure everybody stay on one accord.
That's right. I got you though, for real. I got you.
All right.
Promise.
I'm gonna see. I'm
gonna make sure.
So how are you celebrating Mother's Day?
You know, when you're a mother, you still have to be a mother every day. So I cooked dinner. I wasn't supposed to cook, but I still cooked.
They didn't take you out to eat?
Girl, I didn't want to go out nowhere. I didn't want to go out anywhere. I wanted to sleep in a little bit. I wanted to have crust in my eyes for a while, you know. And if I wanted to brush my teeth, I mean, of course I brushed my teeth, but then you ain't want to do it right then, you know. My dad came over to see
hours in between. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you know, my daddy came to see me for a little bit because he came to town. So that was amazing because I don't get a chance to see him that often because he lives in Maryland. So, you know, it's just been me, my honey, and the kids, and that's it.
And do y'all, like, as a family, because all of y'all have children, do y'all reach out, or is it like one group Mother's Day text that everybody just kind of says it, or is it an individual thing?
It's all of the above. You know, we're a bit extra, so we have to do extra. So we have different group chats, and we all go into different group chats, say Happy Mother's Day. My brother sends all of us a group chat. So it's so many different threads, but we make sure we said to each and every one of us.
To each and every person. Mm-hmm. What's your favorite group chat that you in? Is it you and Toni? Is it you and Trina and Tracy? Is it you and Tamar? Like, what's your favorite one?
All the sisters. All the sisters is my favorite one without mommy, because we have a thread with mommy, then we have a thread with mommy and daddy, then we have a thread with mommy and Mike. You know, it's a lot of little ones. So with all the girls is my favorite because we get to cut up a little more and say crazy stuff. So I like that one the best. Okay.
And I got to ask you before I get into the topic, what's going on with the Braxtons? Are we going to have some more seasons?
Girl, I think you know better than I do. Girl, we sitting here waiting. We yet waiting, trying to figure out what's going to happen and what's, you know, going on. Because, you know, with the temperature of everything that's happening with reality shows and, you know, with COVID, it was a little challenging, you know, doing the reality show for a while. And then with Tamar leaving the show, you know, we're still trying to really figure out if we're going to move forward or not.
If you're going to move forward. Because that's what I was going to say. Do you personally feel like you have more story to tell? Because Towanda, I'm telling you, when I watch y'all, I'm like, I don't want my sisters going through it. Maybe are we telling too much Braxton business? You know, like, do you feel you have more to tell?
I do. I have a whole bunch to tell. And that's why we have this YouTube channel called King Ladybug, because you're able to see a different side of me than they were able to show me on Braxton Family Values. I mean, let's just be honest. It's so many of us, right? It's really 6 of us, including mommy. So it's hard to squeeze everything in 1 hour. So, and we have so many different personalities. It's just been challenging for the past few years to really be able to tell my story. But I'm telling you right now, I'm telling my story and I'm not afraid to tell my story anymore. Even especially with my husband, all the things that I was going through with my husband, I was walking in a lot of shame and not wanting to tell everybody all the things that I was going through. But now I feel that
tell everybody what a was-been is, because somebody but they may not have seen it, so they don't know. I know, but just let the people know.
Oh, because you're a sister, okay? A was-been is an ex-husband. He was my husband, but he's not anymore. So I went through quite a bit with him, and I'm still going through the trenches with him. And I just feel that, I'm doing myself and everyone a disservice by not speaking my truth, because, if I'm not speaking my truth, how am I able to help someone else?
That's the strongest message that just that sentence is so powerful, because we tend to hold on because we don't, some things like, well, it's embarrassing for me, or, it's painful for me. Mm-hmm. And so we tend to keep the information locked up, but really in truth, if we let it out, it's a release, right? It's a release just from that standpoint. But somebody else guaranteed is going through that, and just seeing us go through those same situations, they may learn how to maneuver through theirs.
Absolutely. It's absolutely true.
How has it been raising kids after this divorce? How has it been?
It's been a little challenging. Like I said, my husband isn't involved in their lives. I thought it would be at all. He doesn't see them. He bumped into my son about a year or so ago. You heard me. Bumped into my son at the mall. He hasn't seen our daughter in about 3 years. And it hurts my heart, but I thought that it would be helpful for them to immediately go into counseling. I believe in counseling. I believe that everybody needs to go into counseling. And of course, in our community, it's shameful to go into counseling. Yeah. But I was like, nope, they're going into counseling. They got to get their feelings out, because they have to understand it is not their fault. And a lot of times kids believe that it's their fault, and they're carry on that burden for a long time. And I never wanted that for my kids. I mean, think about it. I'm a product of my parents getting a divorce, and it was hard for me, and I was grown. And I know that kids can bounce back. They're resilient, but I wanted to make sure they do it in a healthy way.
They do it in a healthy way. Mm-hmm. Now, him not being involved with the kids, though, is it because of your dynamic with him? Because sometimes people just don't know how to co-parent after a divorce, because they have such, it's so tumultuous between the two parents. Is that what's happening?
Well, honestly, I have to tell you that he told me that if I divorced him, that he would just be cordial with the kids, that he's not going to want anything to do with the kids. And listen, let me tell you something, sis. I am a Virgo, okay? And everybody knows that I'm the responsible one in the family. So I taped him. I recorded the conversation, and I actually have it on tape that he said these things. Now, these aren't the things that I'm making up. I'm not defaming him in any way. These are just facts. So I just think that.
And I liked him too on the show. When y'all was together, I liked him.
And you did. I think 2 people liked him, you and maybe somebody else.
No, I liked him. I felt like, because I'm talking about when the show first started, he seemed like a good support system for you. It seemed like you had an outlet in the beginning. And then we started seeing, by season 3, we started seeing like, things were
sprinkles of the truth. You started seeing sprinkles of the truth, because I sheltered it for a long time. And I have to be transparent with you. I was protective over that, because I felt in our community, in reality shows, that's all you saw was like bashing African-American men. And I didn't want to be a part of that. You know what I mean? I just didn't want that. But again, it's like, now I'm like, Towanda, what are you doing for yourself, girl? If you protecting everybody else and you're not protecting yourself, who's going to protect you? Mm-hmm. So I just had to start telling the truth. So that's just what it is.
That really hurts my heart about the kids, though, because I went through that with my ex-husband, Kenny, and we just did not like each other going through our divorce. And he did not know how to separate me from the children that he helped bring into the world.
Right.
So right now, today, my daughters don't have a close relationship with him. They want to have one.
Right.
But I think so much time has passed that, he doesn't know how to insert himself into them being grown women now. They're not children anymore.
Right.
And that because I don't want that to be the situation with your children. Is there a way to get him to, come around, be a part, like make him understand that they want a relationship with him?
I've tried all of that. I also reached out to him. He blocked me. And I told him, I said, listen, what I don't want to happen, because in the beginning, he was putting the kids in the middle, like especially my son. He would put my son in the middle of a lot of things. And so I blocked him. I said, listen, first of all, you can't go through the kids, and it's not fair to put them in the middle.
Right.
And then I told him, I said, listen, you can hate me. I don't care. Blame it on me. You know that song, Blame It On Me, say it's my fault? I 1000% believe that. It's my fault. Okay, yes, I admit it. It's my fault. Yep, it's my fault that we're not together. It's my fault. But you know what? It's not about us. It's about the children. And then I told him, listen, in order to move forward in a healthy relationship with the children, they're going through counseling. Call their counselor. Talk to their counselor to ensure that we're on the same page, because it's not about us. It's about how we're raising these kids and loving on them. That's it.
Yes.
He doesn't want to do that. He doesn't want to do that.
So clearly you don't feel any kind of way about leaving that situation, which I'm happy to hear. Because a lot of women beat themselves up, about attempting to stay, for the benefit of the family. You knew that your mental health was more important, and then you work around everything that comes with that decision.
Absolutely. Sean and I love my man. He's amazing now. Okay. He's amazing. Because he stepped in and he's become the father to my kids, and he doesn't have any natural bio kids, but he looks at Braxton and Brooke as if they're his own. He was like, those are my kids. You know what I mean? And it takes an amazing person, man or woman, to step in to those shoes, because he kind of got thrown into the lion's den of being the parent. There's no manual for us. And there's no manual for them either. So
not just amazing, but strong, because the man to take on another man's responsibility.
Especially the boys. Especially the boys. And that's just the truth. But, he was like, honey, we've helped a lot of people. Won't we, he said, we should just go ahead and get our certificate. So now we're life coaches. So we're helping other people.
I heard about
our stories too, girls. So, I'm just all about everybody healing and moving forward in peace, because that's what it's about.
I love to see you like this, because here again, I'm a fan of the show. I'm a fan of your family. And so your wife, mother, businesswoman. When did you finally say, you know what, Towanda?
Yeah.
I'm helping everybody. Like, when did you say, I've got to find me? What was the turning point for you?
Oh my God. When I looked around and everybody else was doing their thing and I wasn't, because I spent so much time making sure everybody else was okay. And then moving forward from my husband, I was like, being in that situation, I stayed in it longer than I was supposed to, because I was abusing myself more than he was abusing me.
Ooh, you better come on now. Talk to the people, because somebody needs to hear this. Somebody need to hear it.
Yeah.
Say it again. Say it again.
Yes. I stayed in that relationship because I was abusing myself more than he was abusing me. That's why I stayed. And then when I realized, listen, when I gained the strength and I was like, I'm more than enough. I'm okay. I can do this by myself. I love me. This is, I don't have to be in this abusive relationship mentally, emotionally, and verbally. It was a lot that I went through. And then when I started getting stronger and all those little shells started falling off my body, he couldn't believe it. Like the things that he could say to me before, he wasn't able to say to me anymore.
It just rolled right off.
Yeah. Yep. I shed my wings. I shed it. I shed my skin. I did. So I'm here now.
You just saved somebody's life. I'm gonna just tell you for real, because the women that watch this show and they send in their letters and all this other stuff, advice, that right there is so powerful, Towanda. And for you to put it into that perspective, women don't realize when you stay, you're hurting yourself more. We coming right back, because I can't let you go. I have to talk some more. So we're going to be right back. I'm talking to Towanda Braxton, my sister.
Sister.
And this is Get Into It. I'm Tami Roman. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Get Into It. I am Tami Roman, and I am having the absolute best time in the world talking to Towanda Braxton about women finding their voices following a breakup. Now, if y'all missed the conversation that we had before the break that we coming back from now, I just feel for you. You're going to have to go ahead on and find it and rewind it and catch that lesson that she had gave, because she gave everything that needed to be given. Okay. But Towanda, I wanted to ask you really quickly, what lessons have you learned from your past marriage with your husband that are helping you now in your current relationship?
That it's okay to speak up and your feelings matter. One thing that I will say about Sean is that he has patience, and he knows that my family, because he's been around the family since the early 90s, because he produced our album and he did a lot of stuff with Justin Bieber. I mean, he's a real producer, right? So he knows that we've had problems with
smiling. Oh, you were smiling when you talking about Sean.
I know. I know. It's just different. You know, I released myself and allowed myself to love, but he has taught me to communicate better. And it was okay to communicate. And because in my family, you know how a family is, Tami, we sweep things up underneath the rug because we don't want to hurt each other's feelings or whatever the case may be. We don't speak our truth. And let me tell you what he said to me. And it made so much sense to me. It was an aha moment. He said, so you and your sisters, you guys have seen each other physically naked before. And I was like, yeah, absolutely. Of course. And my sisters, of course, duh. Yeah. He said, well, how come y'all don't get naked emotionally? I said, what? That I was like, oh my God, that is the deepest thing that hit me really, really hard. So now every day I'm trying to work on that muscle with telling my family and my friends, people, everyone around me, how I'm really feeling about stuff. And it's okay. It's not about me hurting their feelings. It's about me speaking my truth.
And you're not responsible for how they receive that information, because sometimes everything doesn't want a response, right? But we as people have to learn how to get those things, because stress is a silent killer. And so we have to learn how to let those things go in a way.
Right.
So you grew up in a family of sisters and all of y'all are strong, right?
Yes.
Was it difficult to be heard amongst your sisters?
Absolutely.
Or to find your voice or your individuality?
Absolutely. Because we're so meshed. Everything that we do is just so meshed. It's not like any other show. Like when we were working together, like say for instance, doing your show, Tami, right? Like say for instance, I'm doing your show right now. And then like maybe next week, Trina may want to come on. They'd be like, well, we already had a Braxton. We're like, that's not fair. Even though we are related, we are individuals. We have our individual dreams. We have, you know, Tony's a singer, you know, Tamar's a singer, Trina's, you know, has her bar, and I have my skincare line, and Tracy's doing her thing. So I'm like, that's not fair. Why would you do that? Why would you pigeonhole us like that? So you know, even though we're meshed like this, we're definitely individuals. And it's kind of challenging because it's always, growing up, this is Toni Braxton's sister. And I'm like, my name is Towanda.
Right.
I have 3 syllables. Toni has 1. You know,
I'm glad I have you, because I've always wanted to ask one of you guys this particular question. Was it hard growing up and then Toni being so in the forefront? It's like, how did that, like, what was that like? I mean, I look at the show and I'd be like, God damn, these people got their own names. You know what I mean? So it's like,
yes. In the beginning, it was fun. You know, because Toni took us along with her. Like whenever her first Grammy, we were there. Her AMA, we were there. You know, all her big accolades, we were there with her, walking with her, you know. So in the beginning, it was great. Going on tour was great. That was amazing. But we're like, okay, well, my name's Towanda. This is Tamar. This is Trina. This is Tracy. You know, and I hate to compare this. I know I hate to compare this, but I have to for a point. When you look at the Kardashians, you don't see, hey, this is Kylie. You don't, they don't say this is Kim's little sisters. They don't say that. So why do we have to label us that way? you know, and we were grown in the family with a bunch of talent. Just saying, we paid our ways. Like what? Like I don't get that.
Thinking, I said, if y'all went off, I couldn't think of another family. And I'm serious. I was like, there is no other family that we would care enough about.
Yeah.
For it to be a family show where everybody's contributing, everybody brings something of value. I racked my brain one day. Like, well, what other family is out there? There isn't one.
No.
So I'm just here to tell We TV, you better keep
come on, We TV, you are funny.
There's nobody else that we even care enough about y'all.
Right.
In honor of Mother's Day, what's the most important lesson you've learned from your mother?
You know, mommy has so many colloquialisms. She says, don't put all your eggs in one basket. Mm-hmm. She says things like, people can't ride you unless you bend over. Oh, right. She says a lot of those things. Right? Because it's true. They can't unless you bend over, they can't ride you.
That's true. Yeah. Okay, I'll take it.
Yeah.
Last fall, you surprised your entire family with the announcement of your engagement to Sean. Now, how did you manage to keep this secret from your family? Because we know y'all all close, y'all all being each other.
Yeah, but it's unofficial, if that makes sense.
That don't make no sense.
It does. Yes, it does, Tami. You know it does. So we've been talking about married. We know we're getting married. We know that we're going to get married. And it's going to be a great situation because I'm the only sister who never had a wedding.
Okay.
So it's going to be a big deal. I mean, he gave me, Tiffany is my favorite store. So he gave me a promise ring and from Tiffany. And listen, I don't care where we go, I don't care how big or small my ring is. I just love him. I think he's an amazing and incredible guy. He's just amazing. And I'm just so blessed to have a man like that who supports everything that I do. And he's not jealous. You know, sometimes you can find a man who pretends he supports you, but he's really jealous of your accolades or your success. And because he's been in the business and he's in the business, I don't have to explain things to him.
Right.
And that just makes it better for me.
So clearly there was something that you saw in Sean outside of what you just said, him being supportive and him, showing you kindness and kind of like loving you and your heart.
Yeah.
But there had to have been one specific thing that you saw in him that allowed you to trust again, because anybody can come around and do all of that, right? But it's like you still don't you won't give them your trust. Right. What was it that did that for you with Sean?
He made me feel safe. Emotionally, he made me feel safe. His energy was inviting. He just, I know that it was the little things that he did, like made sure the kids were okay, checked on the kids every day, he's just different. His energy is.
That really meant a lot, because what I think I'm hearing is with the husband, he's not active in the children's lives, and then Sean came and he's trying to be active and be a present male force. And for you, his presence with the kids is what allowed you to trust him.
Yeah, but before then, he didn't meet the kids until I knew that, hey, this is going to be what it is. Because like I said, even though I knew him for a long time, it was like, I'm just a little different, Tami. Honestly, I didn't carry my luggage with me. I left my luggage with my husband. And I had to understand that each male is an individual. And because I went through the things that I went through with my husband, my husband, because, while we were together, he never stopped being in a relationship with other people. Okay. You know what I mean? So, and I know a lot of women has faced like cheating and all that. So I realized that he's an individual and I couldn't carry all the cheating and the lying and all of that into this relationship, or it wouldn't have been healthy in the beginning. Yeah, but he made it safe for me to talk about. You know how sometimes when you're in a relationship, you can't talk about certain things. You feel like, oh my God, he's gonna get jealous, he's gonna get mad. I can't talk about it. And it was inviting. He was like, you got to get it out, honey. You got to get it out. Let's get it out. Let's get it out. The more you get it out, the more it's not going to be a trigger. And you know, and I have to be honest, because in the beginning, when I would talk about it, I would still be upset about the things that my husband put me through. But then all of that stuff left. So even with me talking about it now, I'm very calm. It's not affecting me in another way. You know, I don't feel like I'm the victim, because what people need to understand also is when you're a victim, there has to be a hero and there has to be a villain.
Right. And when you apply to the victim scenario, you're waiting on somebody to save you, right?
Yep. But you can save yourself. You are the hero. Yep. You are all three. You are the hero, you are the villain, and you are the victim. So you have to, sift through all of that and just decipher which one you want to be. And I decided that I was going to be my own hero.
I love it. And I love seeing you glow like this, talking about Sean. But so we're going to see more of that on this YouTube series. Tell me about that.
Yes, it's amazing. I mean, we do a lot of crazy things together. He has shown Braxton how to cut grass. My son never knew how to cut grass before. He never went fishing before. So Sean took him fishing. We spend time with my daughter. We go to eat. We act silly together. It's just a lot of things that we do as a blended family. And it's not always easy because, in the beginning and even now, there's little remnants of he and Braxton bumping heads because of, Braxton still feeling that he has to have some allegiance to his dad, even though his father isn't physically around. But it's a lot of wonderful things on there. We talk about my skincare line, T Braxton Skincare. We just support each other. We support couples. We have fun. I'm just excited about life right now.
Well, what's the name of the show, T?
It's called King Ladybug. Right? It's called Ladybug, and we called it that because I call him King and he calls me Ladybug.
Oh, I
know.
And that's the channel that people can go subscribe to. It's actually under that.
Under King Ladybug, and that's very simple. King Ladybug.
Ladybug. Okay, and what's going on with the skincare?
Skincare, T Braxton Skincare. So let me tell you something, sis. Everybody in the family uses my skincare. They may not say it out loud. But they got that gonna use it. They text me, ask me for some more stuff. My nephew's Denim and Diesel uses it. I mean, it's so amazing because it exfoliates your skin. Like I have a night bar soap that exfoliates your skin, and it's not abrasive at all. Okay. It keeps your skin even and tight. I have No More Dark Circles that gets the dark circles from underneath your eyes. Crow's feet makes it straighten up. And I mean, it's just amazing. I absolutely love it. Girl, let me tell you something. I make everything simple. tbraxtonskincare.com.
Now I'm gonna go. And
okay.
I'm gonna buy me some T Braxton skincare, and I'm
gonna love it.
But I do want to say this is one of those moments how all the other sisters got the product, and I'm just over here like,
I'm sorry.
I got dark circles and I got black.
I'm gonna fix that. I promise. I'm gonna fix it. I'm gonna fix it. I told you in the beginning. I got you, T. I got you, T. We all T's. I got you.
All right. Now, before I let you go, we're going to have some fun. We have something around here called Tami's Fast Five. So I'm going to say 5 questions. You just tell me the first thing that pops into your mind. Okay. But, actually, I'm going to name tonight's show the Braxton Five. Okay. The Braxton Five. And everything has to deal with the Braxtons. Okay. Name the Braxton who is always late.
Toni. She's late for everything except for the stage.
I thought it was gonna be a toss up between Tamar and Toni, but I knew it was one of them. Name the Braxton with the worst temper.
Tracy.
I can believe that. That's my girl though. I like me some Tracy.
Love Tracy. Crazy girl.
Name the Braxton with the dirtiest, low down, dirtiest sense of humor.
That's a cross between me and Trina.
Really?
Yes, girl.
I wouldn't have thought that.
Yep. Cross between me and Trina.
Okay. Name the Braxton. Now this is a hard one because all of y'all throws down. But name the Braxton with the best cooking skills.
Now that's a toss-up I think we all cook different things the best. So I have to say all of us for different reasons.
I agree with that. I agree with that.
Yeah.
It's gonna be hard.
Yeah.
Name the Braxton who can hold the longest note.
That's hard too, because it depends on if it's a high note or a low note. If it's low note, I got everybody. If it's a high note, I got, because I'm the lowest. Okay. And if it's a high note, that'll be Tamar.
So you want to prove it? You want to sing the note now?
No.
How long you can hold it?
You can do it. You're a sister. Go ahead. See, you told me I was leaving you out. Now I'm adding you in and you don't want to do it. Come on, sis. Let's go.
You ain't going to pick and choose when you going to let me be a Braxton.
I pick and choose. I told you from this day forward, I told you I got you. So see, listen, I'm including you and you don't even want to do the note, Tami. Come on. Come on, Tami Braxton.
The last time I sang something, I tried to do the Toni Braxton challenge and it was a mess. And I'm going to bow out gracefully. That's the one thing I didn't get as an honorary Braxton.
No, I'm sorry. It's okay.
But thank you, Towanda, for joining me and helping not just me, but a lot of the women that watch this show are going to find their voice through a lot of gems that you've dropped there. For us today. And I hope that everybody tunes into your show, King Ladybug, over on YouTube. And hopefully Braxton Family Values comes back, because there's no other family and we need y'all on our TV.
Thank you. And I want to thank everyone for allowing Braxton Family Values to be the longest running Black family reality show in history. So thank you guys so much for supporting us.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Queen, for being here. You guys, I have to take a break. Ask Tami is up next. You've got to stay tuned for that. And in the meantime, go on over to T Braxton Skincare, because the code is May 2021. You know you need to fix your skin and your hyperpigmentation and all of that, and she got it for you. Okay, so we'll be back with more Get Into It with Tami Roman right here on Fox Soul.